Thanks for watching The Shift, where we bring universal concepts back down to earth. I'm Melissa, and this week we'll be diving into everybody's favorite guilty pleasure, pop culture. We'll talk about how the infamous Snoop Dogg became Snoop Lion and how his change in name came with a change in heart. Also, we'll discuss celebrity tattoos and why Megan Fox took it all off, and how your body mods may have secret powers. We'll cap things off with an energy Q&A, so stick around. Today with me is Desiree Perez.
Hi.
And Ryan Sims.
How's it going?
Hey guys. Without further ado, let's dive in. A recent trip to Jamaica brought a spiritual shift for the rapper Snoop Dogg. While he was there, a Rastafarian priest anointed him with the Ethiopian name Berhane?
I'm not sure.
That'll work.
Okay, sounds good to me. Meaning light of the world. The experience also led the rapper to change his stage persona to Snoop Lion. And what's more, Snoop Lion seems to be bringing a new spiritual understanding or attitude to not only to his life, but to other musicians. In a recent interview with GQ, Snoop said, "If I focus on death, it's going to come closer than what it's supposed to be. You'll become it. I'll say it to my friends. Write songs about being shot at, and then happens." So, what do you guys think about this shift in attitude?
I think it's probably a pretty natural progression to come to this, because he's lived a lot of years and he's experienced and seen a lot of things, and he's kind of moving to the opposite end of the spectrum of where he used to settle, like with the type of image that he would project. You know, it was a very us versus them sort of mentality that he was portraying earlier, and things with violence and sort of the gangster thug image. And now he's going to a very unity themed, like Rastafarian sort of.
We're all one.
Right.
We're all connected.
And I feel like it's probably just a natural progression to shift between polar opposites every now and then.
I'd hope it'd be a natural progression.
Yeah.
Well,
if it was natural, I don't know if we'd have as many issues though.
I really like that you brought up this idea of us versus them shifting to unity, because I feel that a lot of movements actually right now are coming into that same ethos, where whether it's cops or big oil, whatever the other is, instead of just saying we hate you and we're going to fight you, a lot of people are saying, well, we're going to unite with the people around us and create an alternative. So I feel like whether he is crafting a new image for the ethos of the time, or it's just a natural progression, like you said, of his lifestyle, that shift, I think it's pretty important, and it fits right in with current events today.
I think it's awesome that he's leading the way with the kind of R&B rapper culture, because that's definitely a place where it's amazing music, amazing rhythm, and just so much creativity, but usually focused on so much negativity and just a lot of imagery or experiences that you don't necessarily really want to draw to yourself. Well, and that's what he's saying.
He's kind of late to the game if we're talking about artists like Mos Def and Common, who've been talking about these more socially conscious things for a while.
Yeah.
But definitely. And for one thing, I hear a lot of people saying, oh, what was he smoking in Jamaica to make him change his mind? But he's been doing that for a long time, so you can't blame it on the weed.
Yeah, right. I don't know that always brings a positive change. I cannot say that.
And whether or not he really knows that he is kind of has this intention through his the image that he's portraying and changing to will sort of change everything around him. Kind of like the quote says, he talks about. He wrote a song about being charged with murder, and then he was charged with murder. He clearly wants a shift in his life, and he's doing things to shift. And whether or not he realizes the connection that's there, I think that implicitly he acknowledges it, basically.
Speaking about celebrities making a shift in their life, not only in name but also in body, let's talk about our next topic: Marilyn Monroe and Megan Fox. Last year, there were tons of bizarre stories about celebrity tattoos, but one that drew a lot of attention was when Megan Fox removed her very auspicious tattoo of Marilyn Monroe. In an interview with the Italian magazine Amica, she was quoted that her motivation for going under the laser, saying Monroe was a negative person and who was disturbed and bipolar, adding, "I don't want to attract this kind of negative energy in my life." So what do you guys think? Is this fair to Marilyn Monroe? And can a tattoo really draw in negative energy?
Well, at least Brian Austin Green knows she's not going to try and start an affair with the president and go overdose on drugs. She doesn't want to do that. But no, I don't think it's fair to Marilyn Monroe to say, if I have your poster in my room or your tattoo on my body, that I'm going to inherit all the problems that you might have encountered in your life.
Yeah. I can say, though, that I have tattoos. And
no.
Don't tell anyone.
We're going to insert a picture of that.
Right. But just, it kind of does change the way that you possibly carry yourself, especially if you got the tattoos for a reason. I have tattoos in memory of friends who have passed away, and it was very cathartic to get them, and it kind of changed it's something that's on you, it's permanent, you see it every day, depending on where it is. I see mine every day. And, I think that it does have an effect on how you're living or how you're acting or at least your mental state.
Yeah, I can agree with that because I don't do tattoos, but I do piercings. And when I get them, it means something to me. But I would say in the same case as with Megan Fox, the only effect that Marilyn Monroe's image on her body is going to have is what she interprets it as.
Right.
It's not like
Marilyn, when she put it on her body, it wasn't like, oh, this is going to make me disturbed and bipolar and negative. It's now just her mind has changed about what that means.
I totally agree. It's not a reflection of how Marilyn Monroe was as a person necessarily. It's just Megan Fox's
interpretation of it. Yeah.
She doesn't want to wear it anymore.
Yeah, which is fine, but I think it's a little bit like, hey, why bash Marilyn Monroe? You're the one who put it there in the first place,
Right, but if for Connor Kennedy, if Megan Fox starts calling, don't answer.
And we're interested in you guys. Have you had any experiences with your body mods or tattoos affecting your life positively, negatively? What's your take on it? Like us on Facebook and Twitter and share your pictures and stories at @_shift. Now for the Energy Q&A. In the future, you can send your questions directly to us at our Facebook or Twitter, but today, Desiree will start us off.
Great. Well, I'm interested in natural health and beauty products, natural health and beauty care. And what I noticed is on most of my soaps and when I do detox baths, the instructions say to always rub towards your heart, rub the skin towards your heart. But when I do yoga and meditation, I'm also told to, sweep away from the heart and out through the fingers, the back, the legs. So I wanted to know, are these conflicting messages, or is there just something I don't know?
I think they're actually not conflicting messages. There's just two different purposes. It just depends on what you're trying to do. When you're taught to rub towards the heart to stimulate the lymph system and circulatory system, that's definitely for blood moving, fluids moving. But energy vessels are called meridians, and they work a little bit differently. They have a very specific flow. And usually when you're taught to sweep energy out through your fingertips or out through your toes, that's in a case when you want to release energy. Like you have too much energy or stagnant energy is built up in the body. And so you breathe it out through your mouth and also imagine it going out through your fingertips and toes. And even with energy flow, there are times you want to keep energy in. But for most people, they're holding way too much tension, way too much stress, and all that energy gets built up inside of them. So out through your fingers and toes.
See, that was going to be my next question. Are you bringing the good stuff in and sweeping the bad stuff out? Cool.
There's a way to do it, yeah.
All right, thanks.
Thanks for checking us out on The Shift. Remember to like us on Facebook and Twitter because we love you. And share your experiences, stories with us. Ask us questions for the future Energy Q&A. And until next time, see you later.